Hey everyone, today I'm driving up to do the hike to the 4th Connecticut Lake. That is where the Connecticut River officially starts, even though that tiny lake, which is more like a pond, is fed by a stream, which is unnamed, coming out of Canada. The trail itself is interesting since it crosses the border like a dozen times, zigzagging back and forth on its way there. It's almost 4 p.m. Doesn't get dark for another 4 hours. I'll have enough time to do it. Hoping I can do it this time, because I don't want to bushwhack my way there. Too many ticks this year. Oh, there are a lot of turkeys up here, so maybe not this area. Coming up here today, haven't done a long trip in a while. For the past month, haven't been going anywhere, as I've been having a lot of brake issues with the car. It took me a month to get a dealer appointment. Brakes are super easy to replace myself, but it needed calipers and brake line work because I was doing a lot of work over the past few months in Maine, and those logging roads and stuff, the sand getting inside the brakes jammed both of the front calipers so they weren't moving. So they were like constantly on. They were still working, but they wouldn't slide out of the way. So the brakes were always on, generating a tremendous amount of heat, and it warped the discs. So when you go to slow down, the car would be shaking like crazy. Also, high speeds, it would be shaking like crazy because the calipers weren't letting go. All the heat it generated somehow caused a brake line leak. It wasn't major, but I could smell it in the vehicle, and actually that smell, I've been smelling it for almost a year. So that means this problem started a long time ago, but I always assumed it was someone else's vehicle because I only smelled it when I was going up a steep hill. So I always assumed it was someone else's vehicle when they were revving up their engines, but turns out it was my car sucking it in more when I was going up a hill, because I have a mechanical cooling fans, so at high RPMs they're blowing faster, sucking that in, so it was burning brake fluid very slowly. Now I don't smell it at all. Indeed, I can smell brand new grease that they just put on. But to prevent this from happening again, the dealer put off-road brake guards so sand won't get in there again. I was so surprised that I needed all 4 brakes because of this, because I know a month ago I still had 50% brakes. When I bought the vehicle at 94,000 miles, it had 75% brakes. Nearly 100,000 miles later, I only went through 10% brakes because I'm very conservative when driving. What that means is, if I see a red light in the distance, I will approach it very slowly with the intention of it turning green by the time I get there. That way it saves the brakes, and I don't have to pick up that momentum again. It saves the transmission, it saves the engine, it saves fuel economy, everything. And vice versa. If I see a green light, I'll approach it slowly, because it's probably going to turn red before I get there. Unless it's a smart traffic light in the middle of the night, that will stay green because it sees you coming. You identify those, you'll see the little sensors, which most people assume are cameras on top of the pole. If you see those at night, it's probably going to stay green for you to pass through, unless it's a crooked town, which I've seen crooked towns. They program it so it intentionally turns red when it sees you coming, so a cop can wait there and try to give you a ticket if you go through it. But the law is, if your front axle is over the white line when it turns red, you're good to go. That conservative driving, I learned that. Truckers taught me to do that. It really saves the brakes. And the same thing when you are going real fast, like on these roads. When a 30-mile-an-hour zone comes up, you see the sign in the distance, just don't hit the brakes. Just take your foot off the gas. It's amazing how long brake pads will last doing that stuff. Wonder what this guy sees with his camera. Must see some kind of animal in there. Maybe a moose. But I'm so happy today. My acceleration on this car is awesome again. The acceleration was so awful before. with that dragging. I usually get 29 miles a gallon. I was getting like 16, which was ridiculous. Burning like twice as much fuel to go the same distance. Because this vehicle, it gets the same exact mileage going 20 miles an hour that it does going 70. And 200,000 miles for this vehicle is nothing. The reason I bought it is because the guy's YouTube channel, Scotty Kilmer, said it'll go to 500,000 miles without a problem. For the past few months, I thought maybe there was a transmission issue because all this weird shaking and noises. Turns out the brakes cause all those shaking and other stuff. Oh, I just saw a deer. Maybe you saw that on the left of the screen. Okay, we'll be up there soon. So this is my first trip in the past month that wasn't work related, so I'm glad to be out. Not a single noise. Vehicle's running like a new car, it feels like, after all that shaking for such a long time. Okay, so this is like a 5-hour drive today from Massachusetts, and it took even longer than normal because the 3 northern states have a lot more infrastructure money. They prioritize the more important things, and they have to spend all that money. That's why the roads up here are so perfect. They mill the roads rather than using that stupid crack filler, which sticks to your tires when it's hot out and throws off your balance and flips up all over your paint like a mess. Remilling is actually a very quick process. They mill the road, throw it up into a truck, immediately heat it up, and put it right back down. So it looks like a brand new road, and it's so smooth. Oh, it's raining again. It's been raining on and off the whole trip. Thankfully, it's just quick showers, but I have an umbrella in my backpack just in case. Oh, here we are, 15 mile an hour speed limit now as we come up to the border. Let's see how this is gonna work. There's a sign that says hiking trail parking. Okay, that white sign on the right says trail parking. Alright, it's pointing where? Oh, I see it. So, where do I park? Guess I'm parking right here. Some alarm went off. Guess this is the trail parking. That's what the sign says. I'm gonna pull up a little more. Guess I can park here. Hope my car's still back on the way. Well, they really need to make that sign more clear because as you could see, it was pointing straight ahead. And now that we went this far, we have to be processed because where the sign is pointing isn't where it is. So this might kill the day. I don't know if I'll have enough daylight to actually do the trail now because I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes as they took my ID. Oh, here it comes. Yeah.
So what we're doing right now, because it's basically because of COVID right now. Like you're in Canada for non-essential reasons. You're not in any trouble or anything. It's just that because you physically crossed that boundary into Canada, we got to do like paperwork and stuff like that, and then give you basically a document saying that you can't come to Canada for non-essential reasons. But it's mainly because of the fact that you crossed that physical boundary.
Does this happen often?
Here it doesn't happen often. I've worked at other places where it has happened, where people like they mistakenly just cross the border.
Because that sign looks like it's pointing straight ahead.
Okay.
It says trail parking.
Okay, yeah, the trail parking is actually right before the gate. I think the officer explained it to you.
Yes, but why does the sign point straight ahead?
It points straight ahead into Canada.
There's a sign right there pointing up, forward.
Okay, because I can't talk on their behalf.
All right.
Because that's their.
Yeah.
You guys put that sign there, but I mean, I've been here for a couple months now, and it hasn't really happened.
All right.
You're probably the first one that happens. But like I said, you're not. Don't overthink it. You're not in any trouble. It's just gonna take some time. Other than that, were you ever charged or convicted or any criminal offenses or appeared in front of a judge for anything?
No, I haven't.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so it'll take a few minutes. In the meantime, just to tighten your car, okay?
All right, thank you.
Here's your driver's license. Sorry for the long wait. So basically, this is the order that I explained, saying that even though despite you didn't have the intention initially to come into Canada, but the fact that you physically came to Canada, you're prohibited from coming in because of the purpose of the trip was non-essential.
All right.
And it basically explains that. And if you ever would like to return to Canada, you can do so once like all the COVID restrictions are lifted. So,
all right. So what do I do now? Just
go back to the U.S.
Back up.
Yeah, you could back up and then. Just back up and then drive back to the U.S. border, and we've called them so they know you're coming. So.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
That took so long, I don't think there's any time to do the hike now. I'm gonna figure out where I'm supposed to go for it.
Where'd you go to Canada?
What?
Where did you go to Canada? I'm just screwing with you.
Yeah.
I know where you went. They pulled you over. They didn't give you anything. They went through your car probably and stuff.
They did not go through the car. They gave me a paper.
Okay, but I need your paper that they gave you, and I need your ID again.
All right.
What is it you do for work?
What?
What do you do for work?
Videography and electrical apprentice stuff.
Videography? What kind of cool stuff you do with that? Like
nature stuff. I was gonna try to get some footage out here, but I don't think I have enough time now today. Yeah, but I actually gotta get back by 8, and I gotta make that happen.
You gotta make it happen, huh?
Yeah.
It's your car?
Yes.
You got the registration handy?
Yeah, I can get that.
When's the last time you came to this area?
Back during the winter.
The winter, yeah. Even your insurance card will work as long as it just ties it to it.
What, to an address?
Yeah, to you. It's your car, right? That's you. That ties it to you. I like it.
Well, that's my backpack. That was for the hiking.
That's your backpack for the hiking?
Yep.
Nothing in it you shouldn't have?
Just snacks and an umbrella.
Snacks and an umbrella. Perfect. What's this? LED light?
Yeah. Toolbox.
Toolbox.
Oh, up here in the console, I do have a knife, so
Yeah,
you
I see a
know.
knife in there too. That's fine.
All right.
As long as you haven't used it for any mischievous duties.
Nope.
No. And the rake.
Yep.
Didn't hurt anybody with that.
Nope.
Good.
Bunch of trash.
Yeah. What's this? A roll.
I found it on the side of the road. I don't know.
Pipe?
Yeah. That's where I was earlier. Had to get a brake job.
Oh, you were at the thing today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's what it says on it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Good. Well, there you go. If you do want to hike it, man, you see this little wooden picket fence here?
It look like the sign's pointing through it. It says
Okay.
like straight ahead.
Look, come right over here. There's a brown sign, it's half brown, half white.
Yeah.
That's where it says park here for the trail.
All right.
We'll get you straight.
All right. Can you point that out?
I will.
Yeah. All right.
And, if you start going wrong, I'll start telling you. See that sign that's half brown, half white?
Oh, that's parking spaces?
Yeah.
All right.
They're faded, yeah. Go ahead.
I didn't realize that. I
Nature Conservancy?
yeah, I just saw that sign with the arrow.
Yeah,
so
that's the hiking trail that you start walking.
Oh, so I can walk around
You have to
your
walk
border
around.
gates?
Yeah. You walk around the fence,
All right.
and you walk across the road.
All right.
All right?
Thank
so
you.
you can park right in front of that sign.
All right. And thanks again for being nice about this
No
mistake.
problem. Take care.
All right. Thank you. All right. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do this today, but another day I'll be back up. That was interesting. I still think there should be a sign under there that makes it more clear, because the brown sign he just pointed out that says parking. Okay, you see how these signs are facing right at me? Imagine this sign right here, the blue one, is facing towards the road and not at me. You know what I mean? Like, if that sign was facing across the street, you're driving by it and you're not going to see what it says.